Okay. Um, I wanted to ask you about this because it's a reoccurring thing that I see that um, it kind of bothers me because it's not being addressed correctly. So, Snoop always tells the story that Master P saved his life because he was going to put out a song called F Death Row, and that Master P convinced him not to do that, and that helped him go down a better path, and he went the no limit route and all that stuff. Um, the part that troubles me about the statement is Snoop did put out that song. He put out I don't know if people remember this that were around, but in 1998 he put out a VHS tape called Smokefest Volume One, and it was a lot of home camera footage of Snoop and them during the death row time. But I say all that to say he put out a soundtrack, a CD that came with the VHS, and that contained the song that he's talking about, where he says "F Death Row," and that's on "Don't Do the Crime If You Can't Do the Time." Is it weird that he always says that he credits Master P for helping him and having him not do this, but in reality he actually did it?
Yeah. I'll just tell y'all, Snoop just be up there rewriting lyrics, and y'all know anything about marijuana smokers? They're very, very forgetful. They can't remember their lies or their stories. They marijuana make you forget things, and we all know he been smoking marijuana slash primos, marijuana for a long time, and so he just Snoop says whatever say to make it convenient to the audience that he's trying to pump up at the time. Him and Master P have a great relationship, which I respect. I mean, P from all accounts, other than my boy, the King of the South, I ain't gonna say his name, y'all know who I'm talking about. I have never heard really too many people say bad things about Master P. And so when you got people out there that you really don't hear too much smut on, that's generally because they're not bad people. Dre, Dr. Dre, we don't hear too much. Nate Dogg, I'll go better. Y'all have ever heard me say anything bad about Nate Dogg? Have y'all? Very few. That's because Nate Dogg was a good dude. Wasn't a bad dude. And so I say that to say when you don't hear too much smut on people's names, it's usually because they're not bad people. I know I went off track. Well, I'll get back on track. But my thing is, man, it don't surprise me what Snoop says when he says it, because I know he's always trying to rewrite history to make that person sounds good, which is kind of commendable. I kind of want to know what a person really feel about me. Then I can deal with it. You can hate me, talk about me and everything. I wouldn't give a fuck. If I'm gonna make some money with you or whatever, I'll still fuck with you. But at least I know how you feel. That's all I get mad. Don't tell me one thing and feel one way if you really feel another way. Just tell me how you feel, and we'll let the chips fall where they fall. Case in point, R.J. Bonds. Y'all know I hated R.J. Bonds. I was still willing and did interviews and let him come on our channel. Keefy D. Y'all know I can't stand that nigga, but I still fuck with him and talk about him and say the good things he did or the bad things. So I'm just saying that to say, for those of y'all say I'm lying about that, I gave you a couple of examples. But Snoop, it doesn't surprise me, to answer your question, but I'll tell y'all why he does it. Snoop is just trying to be a politician. He's just a great politician, trying to keep everybody at bay, which in old age is not that bad of a thing, I think. But Snoop did a lot of things. It was a lot of diss songs, and that's why a lot of things happened to Snoop. That did happen to Snoop. I mean, there's so many lyrics out there I could throw. The one I always laughed at was a big old whale sitting in the cell telling tales. F you, Miss Knight and Suge Knight. I mean, it was all type of this that we were hearing. And so that's what kept it going. And so we always get blamed because when Reggie and Suge was doing stuff to respond, we would go overboard where everybody else do subliminals. You know, like you New York rappers do. Y'all don't never call out names like West Coast dudes do. We call out names. But y'all do that subliminal shit. But yeah, that's why Death Row and Suge Knight get the bad credit. But you know, he said he was going to put out and sign with Mac 10 and do a Death Row and all of that. Now there's Master P. They all forget who their distributor was. Brian Turner. Brian Turner and Suge Knight had a great relationship. Great. Brian Turner knew Death Row Get Down. Anybody that was around Death Row that know about Death Row, any UX artists and all of that, yeah, I know why security start being hired up there. They hire police officers to start working up there after who brought about 10 niggas up there and ransacked their office. All right. But anyway, when Brian Turner got followed home because Death Row employees couldn't get paid, so trust me, no distributors wasn't playing. We knew how to push the buttons, and we wasn't scared to push the buttons because I was trained very well by Suge Knight.